Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about ISIS and their relationship with other states and how the conflict evolves around them. Alright, first we will be talking about the types of conflict. The type of conflict that would be used with ISIS would be guerrilla. ISIS would be considered a guerrilla type of conflict because they fight in non-uniform. It would not specifically strike the military targets. ISIS targets the civilians. They do not specifically target the military. Now we often wonder who the group is made up of. This group has former military officers who can fly helicopters, spot artillery, and maneuver in battle. ISIS is increasingly a hybrid organization on the model of Hezbollah, part terrorist network, part guerrilla army, and part proto-state. Now, President Obama's response. President Barack Obama has decided that the United States must attack ISIS, even if it's just from the air. And then the weapons of mass destruction they use would be nuclear weapons. President Obama warned the prospects of ISIS or other terrorists getting hold of nuclear bombs is among the most serious threat faced by the world. Nuclear weapons can do some serious damage to the civilians. Obama stated the risk of ISIS or other extremists getting a nuclear weapon remains one of the greatest threats to global security, adding that ISIS has already used chemical weapons and that Al-Qaeda had long sought nuclear material. Levels of analysis. This is important to discuss with ISIS. It is generally made up of the theory of nature versus nurture, basically fight or flight. The level of analysis that most closely relates to ISIS would be the individual level of analysis, which is a level that focuses on the choices, perceptions, and personalities of individuals. The question that we often wonder about is, are we who we are because we have evolved with it, or were we born with our acts? This is where flight or fight responses come in. Fight is the act of violence toward other individuals, and flight is the act of one running away and doing anything possible to save their lives. Democratic peace will never work because we will never be set to have peace. There will never be peace in the world without some conflict. Some of the individual acts are genetic, but part of this is how we are raised. Conflict of interest. Terrorist attacks are becoming more prevalent in today's era. According to U.S. Assistant Attorney General John Carlin, who is responsible for all federal terrorist investigations in the country, there were 60 cases prosecuted in the United States in 2015. That is more terrorist cases than in any year since September 11, 2001. On a daily basis, many Americans say to themselves, could terrorist attacks happen here? The answer is certainly, especially with the religious group of ISIS developing. There are more and more cases targeted toward the civilians. We all wonder where ISIS came from and why they are causing so many problems in the world. ISIS is becoming a bigger problem in the world today as they are attacking large groups of people on occasion. After ISIS has evolved, there are about a dozen countries, with some that hate each other, who are fighting ISIS. The war on ISIS is a current conflict in the Middle East. The conflict with ISIS started when ISIS attempted to overthrow the government in Iraq. Obama states, let's be clear about ISIS. They have ramped across cities and villages, killing innocent, unarmed civilians in cowardly acts of violence. Most of the countries fighting ISIS are doing it by bombing them from the sky. ISIS is no doubt a religious group that is causing conflict between other states. They are attacking at large events, killing or severely injuring multiple people. They are not targeting specifically the military, but they are targeting innocent people, such as individuals who were attending the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, England. Conflict of ideas. The religious conflict of ideas has to do with ISIS since they are attacking due to their religion. Under their religion, ISIS is a group of people who want their own country due to their religious beliefs. ISIS has massacred religious minorities, including Christians and Yazidis, and American airstrikes can prevent more wanton killing, the president said. With this, individuals often ask, "Who are you?" Typically, one would respond with where they are from, such as Americans, but in this situation, they are asking what religion they are. They ask the religion because people tend to dislike certain religions and go after them. The center of the Islamic State is in Mosul. Christian families are threatened by terrorists. They come and chase them, and it's getting dangerous enough that many of them have to leave. Nationalism is the most difficult type of conflict in which intangible elements like religion come into play. For example, ISIS does not like the United States because they cannot be like the US, and they never will be. In this case, ISIS likes to fight and cause harm to places that they do not like. With this being said, they are killing and injuring several innocent people. It's sad that there has to be territorial disputes between the states that causes them not to get along and that causes harm to all the innocent people in the world.